I remember I was a curious child, and I would constantly be asking my parents, mostly my dad. I would ask ridiculous questions sometimes, things like, "Hey Dad, what would happen if a Lamborghini Diablo hit a deer going 200 miles an hour?" My dad said, "Well, that would be a really fast deer." Or I would ask my dad questions about, "Dad, what would happen if there was a player on third in a baseball game and they stole home, but right before they got home, the pitch was pitched and the batter would swing and the batter hit the guy who was running home, and would he be safe or out? And if the ball went fair, what would that mean?" And there's you got to go deep in the rule book to find that answer. Or why is the sky blue? Apparently because of some dust, as Donnie told us on Ash Wednesday. But I would ask these questions as a kid, trying to get all of the answers because I was sure that my parents had all of the answers, as I'm sure many of us did when we were children. We look for the answers because we were curious, and sometimes we got them and sometimes we did not. But nowadays, kids and adults can just Google almost anything that they want. They can Google easy answers to every question. They can look in their tablets and their devices. I asked an AI chatbot just for fun, and sure enough, when I asked it about the deer and the Lamborghini, I got a whole physics breakdown on the inertia of the deer and the inertia of the Lamborghini and whether or not a deer could run that fast and exactly how many joules of energy are transferred in the process. And I found out that the runner might be out or it might be a dead ball in the baseball game because it really depends on the situation. It depends on whether the batter swung at a certain... Anyway. And I found out, according to the AI chatbot, that the sky is blue because of scattering wavelengths of light and dust and atmosphere, and that color perception varies from person to person and all that. And I got answers to every question I had. So I have to ask myself this. In a world full of answers, is there any place left for curiosity and wonder? There are certainly answers in theology. There are answers in Scripture. There are answers in the writings of church leaders, and there are answers in many creeds. There are answers to many questions, but even those answers can leave us feeling like there is still mystery to be uncovered. I have preached before about the value of curiosity in life, the value of curiosity in our relationships, the value of curiosity in every situation, especially in relationships, when we approach one another instead of with a spirit of judgment or preconceptions, when we approach one another in a spirit of curiosity, instead of saying, "Hey, you idiot, why do you think this way?" we can say, "Hey, I'm curious to understand your viewpoint."